Hi everybody and welcome back to Cooking with Mark. Today we're going to make Strombolis. Now just any Strombolis, these are meat lover Strombolis. They are loaded with ham, bacon, sausage, hamburger. I don't put pepperoni in mine because I don't like pepperoni, it's too spicy. You can put whatever meat in there you want. For the sauce, we're making a homemade sauce. You'll need a can of Hunt's tomato, or you'll need a 12-ounce can of tomato paste, any flavor or any style. 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of whole oregano, 2 teaspoons of seasoned salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a half a cup of sauteed onions, garlic, and bell peppers, orange, red, and yellow. They're all going to go in this. The hamburger you're going to chop up, and you're going to fry up with the bacon, which you're going to cut into a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch piece, with the sausage. After you get all that fried up, you're going to take a 1/4 of the grease and pour it in the pan for the sauce. You're going to need that for the sauce. The other thing you're going to need is, after the hamburger, sausage, and bacon is fried up, you want to take the ham out and cut it into 1/4 inch pieces and throw it in there just to heat it up. So I've already cut up the sausage and ham and bacon and fried it up, and it looks something like this. Now you're going to keep it, like I said, you're going to keep it all mixed in there together and fry it up. The reason why you do that is because you want the flavor, the grease from all three, in with your sauce. Then you're going to need a 6-ounce bag of Parmesan cheese, and you're going to need an 8-ounce bag of triple cheddar cheese. I got tongue-tied there. Those are for the topping on the sauce. For the crust, what you're going to use is three of these pizza crust. They're the thick crust ones. You want the thick crust because what you're going to do is, this will make 6 slices. So you're going to cut this into 6, and then each one you're going to roll out and flatten it. This is the thick one. That's why you're rolling out to flatten it. You're going to need 3 of these pizza crust loaves because you're going to make about 18 pieces, 18 Strombolis. And as I've said before, time and time again, if you don't want to make 18, you want to cut it in half, just look at my ingredients and cut everything down in half. I have a pound of hamburger, I have a pound of sausage, I have 12 ounces of bacon, and I have 9 ounces of ham. That's everything that's in there. This is going to be loaded with meats. Now for the topping, what you're going to do is, after you stuff your pizza crust and you seal it shut, what you want to do is melt a stick of butter, which is a 1/2 cup. You're going to add Parmesan cheese to it, and you're going to add Italian seasoning to it. Mix it all up, and then you're going to coat the top of it. And just before you coat the top of it, you want to make a couple slits in the top of the Stromboli to let it breathe on the inside. And then you're going to coat the top with that. So the first thing we're going to do is, we've already sauteed the sausage, hamburger, or we've already fried up the sausage, hamburger, and bacon. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up the ham, and we're going to throw that on the top of that. Now the utensils you're going to need is a cutting board. You're going to need 2 cookie sheets. You're going to need a rolling pin. You're also going to need flour for the surface. You're going to need a pastry brush. You're also going to need a little cup for your butter. You're going to need a small saucepan for your sauce, and you're going to need a large fry pan for all of your meat that you just fried up. Now I know you're probably wondering, Mark, why do we need all that meat? This is a meat lover stromboli. I like to load it up. I don't know if you've ever gone to a restaurant and you've ordered a meat lover's pizza, or you've gone somewhere else and you just wanted them to load it up, and they come back and it's probably got about 5 or 6 pieces of meat in it. I don't want that. When I make something, I load it to the rim. I want it full of flavor. And the best way to do that is to actually add all the flavor to it. Now, as I stated, I've already cut up everything and sauteed everything. Fried up the hamburger, sausage, and bacon. So we're just adding the ham to this. This is going to be loaded like nothing you've ever seen before. And we're just going to cut it again. And don't worry about it not coming apart, because once you put it in the pan, everything will fall apart on its own. Now, after you have all the ham cut up, simply put it in the pan. And turn your heat on to a medium. I would say about a 3 or a 4. Put the cover back on it. What you want to do is make sure you stir in, thoroughly mix all your meats together, because once you scoop it out, you're only scooping out just a scoopful in there. So you want to make sure it's all thoroughly mixed. Otherwise, you're going to have to pick and choose the whole thing. Now, I've already got this, the ham in there with the sausage, hamburger, and bacon, and I've already mixed it all up. I'm actually going to turn it down to about a 2. I've already drained a 1/4 cup of the grease into the pan for the pasta, or for the sauce. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to scoop this all out. Once I find this, scoop the tomato paste in there. Now, I know you're probably wondering, why the grease? Well, the grease is going to thin out your sauce. Instead of adding water to it, you're just adding grease. And it's the bacon and the hamburger and the sausage grease. So it's actually giving it flavor while it's thinning it out. And then, as I stated, we're going to add, I'm just going to heat this up. This is the 1/2 cup of sausage, or 1/2 cup of onion, garlic, and bell pepper. Just put it in for about 35 seconds. And now we're going to do the measurements on all the seasonings. And as I stated, your garlic powder is 1 teaspoon. Your onion salt or onion powder is 1 teaspoon. And the rest of the seasonings are actually 2 teaspoons. As I stated, this is a homemade sauce. So we want to make sure that it tastes like a homemade sauce. Now, the meal is not going to be complete without a little bit of salt. And it's probably just like maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. That's it. And, of course, the pepper. And the same with that. Now, this sauce thinned out a little bit. Didn't thin out a lot, which is great because when I make sauce, I don't like it too thin. Otherwise, it just, I don't know, a spaghetti sauce or a pasta sauce or a pizza sauce, I like it a thick sauce so that it absorbs right into the crust and still leaves it on the top of the crust. So this is all set. We're just going to let this sit on a low heat to simmer. That's it. And you can throw a cover on it. So after you open it up, the pizza dough, which is what I have right here, you can just simply roll it out. And you want to stretch it as much as possible because you're going to try to get 6 slices out of this. If you like it thicker, do 4. I may just do 4. Because each one of these has to fold over, so I may just do 4 out of each one, which will make 12, which is fine. Now, after you get it, I think I am going to do 4. It's just going to be easier that way. Right down the middle. And right across the middle. This is going to give you the 4 that you need. Now all you're going to do is you're going to take your sauce and just simply put it on one side. Because you're going to fold this over. So you want to make sure that you have it on one side. And you're going to do this with all 4 of them. Then you're going to take your meat that you just sauteed up and just scoop it out on top. You've made enough so you can literally load this up. It doesn't matter. You're going to have plenty to make 12 or 18. And again, you're going to do this with all 4. Then you're going to take your you're going to take your triple cheddar cheese and sprinkle it. Make sure you keep it on the inside because you need to seal this over, and if the cheese is on the outside, you're going to have a problem trying to seal it. And you're going to do this with all 4. And then you're going to do the same thing with your Parmesan. And do not keep this out, any of your cheeses out, because if you keep it out, it gets a little sticky, and it's very hard to work with. Same with your dough. Don't take the dough out unless you're going to use it. That's why I only took out one at a time here. Now the next thing you're going to need to do is make sure you get yourself a cup of water, dip your fork in it, and just simply pat the side so that it sticks. And you want to go all the way around on this. Now you could probably do the same thing with a pastry brush. Once you get this all done, all you're going to do is simply take the side and roll it over the top and seal it. Now you're probably wondering how you're going to seal this. What you're going to do is, now that you've got it all wet, just simply take your fork and press down on it. Kind of like what you would do on a pastry dessert. This is going to hold it on the inside. You're going to do this with all four. Now, after you get them all made, all you're going to do, like I said, is just simply take a nice little slice. Right down the center. If they're large ones, do 2 of them. Or 3 of them, I'm sorry. And if they're small ones, do 2. Just like so. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your butter and you're going to add all your ingredients to your topping. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the garlic powder. It's about a teaspoon, and then add your Italian seasoning, and last but not least is add your Parmesan. Now the Parmesan you're going to add 3. 1. 2 and 3. Excuse me. Now after you get this added, you're just going to stir it up, and you can literally stir it up with the brush, the pastry brush that you're going to use. Get it nice and mixed. And then all you're going to do is just simply take this and just brush it over the top. Of your Strombolis. Like so. When you get done, they should look something like this. Now, after you get done, they should look something like this. You're going to put them in the oven at 425 for 14 minutes. Give or take a few, 14 to 16 minutes. And then you're going to pull them out. So this is what they look like when you get finished with them. This was a meat lover Stromboli. It's loaded with meat. I have a special guest here who tried one, and he's going to tell you just how good they are. Jose. So this is my friend Jose. He just had 2 of these, and he's going to tell you just how good they are.
I tried it the first bite. It was like, oh my god, this is good. This is like, you taste the meat, the flavors, and every season is there, and you're going to taste it, you're going to love it.
So I want to thank you for watching Cooking with Mark. These were Meat Lover Strombolis. The full recipe and video will be up on my website, as well as Facebook, as well as Twitter, and on my YouTube account. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.